and welcome to the Forbes India One CEO Club in partnership with Google Cloud, a unique series that recognizes and celebrates India's finest CEOs. We're at the Experience Center of Tata Elxsi, a highly profitable company that prides itself in creative engineering. It operates in industries like transportation, communication, and broadcasting, in areas like embedded product design and industrial design. To find out how, I have with me the CEO and Managing Director of Tata Elxsi, Mr. Manoj Raghavan. Manoj, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Manoj, in the areas of system integration and software development and services, the Tata Group already has TCS and Tata Technologies. What does Tata Elxsi do differently for its enterprise customers?
Yeah, we are a very niche product design services organization. The type of capabilities that we have is very different from what a very large organization like TCS or a very focused organization like Tata Technologies have, right? What is different in case of Tata Elxsi is the select focus on key verticals, and we span across the product design services, spectrum, right from engineering, right, all the way up to the UI, UX, and the product design itself. So we pride upon the fact that we have a set of creative folks and a set of hardcore engineering talent. And it's a unique combination of this that really brings value to our customer.
What technology changes help Tata Elxsi bring design and technology together?
We've essentially thrive on technology disruptions. Every industry or segment that we are in is undergoing through a number of technology transformation. We have to keep in really touch with what is happening, what are the latest things that are happening, and reskill ourselves, retool ourselves to really be relevant in the future.
Which are the industries that have contributed to Tata Elxsi's growth, say, in the last 3 years? And how different is that from, say, a decade ago, the
Sure.
chief contributors to its growth?
Sure. A decade ago, we were more, structured along, technology areas. We were a technology-driven company. We still are a technology-driven company. Around 2010 and 2011, we really decided to restructure ourselves and focus on industry verticals. We still have these technologies, but we are driven by industry verticals. So we really focused on, say, the automotive industry, the broadcast industry, the communication industry. So these were the three industry verticals that we were focused on. And then around the same time, about 5 years ago, we incubated our medical business. And over the last 5 years, it took 2 to 3 years to really establish it. And ever since the last couple of years, we have seen tremendous growth in that. We have almost doubling our revenues in that medical segment. So we see now clear 3 market verticals as opposed to a lot of technology areas 10 years ago. And so we would remain focused in these 3 market verticals. And our focus is to really build world-class capabilities around these 3 areas.
Okay. How's the confluence of design and technology playing out in transportation?
Yeah, if you look at transportation, you have an automotive industry, of course, and as what sells in automotive companies is the overall design, right? Mm-hmm. Design is very important. So yes, there is a lot of design-led, product development that is happening in the transportation industry, not just in the automotive side, but in other areas also, right? Whether you talk of aerospace, rail, and so on. Design-led development is the way forward.
Okay. Can you explain the use of artificial intelligence and Internet of Things, AI and IoT, in the context of transportation? What's the effort that's put in? What's the impact at it?
Yeah. So if you look at IoT per se, connected car is going to be the future, right? Especially with electric cars and autonomous car coming in, you need to be at all times, connected to the infrastructure outside. A lot of things can be pushed through this connection. For example, if you have eventually what's going to happen is you will have smart pods, you will have the last mile connectivity or last mile delivery happening by autonomous vehicles. So how do you know that that a particular pod has delivered, so it has to be connected. IoT comes in. For example, if the battery runs out, how do you know? Suppose you have 100,000 pods all over the place. How will you be able to manage that remotely? Because there's no driver, it's autonomous, right? So you need to have that connectivity framework. IoT plays a very important role in really understanding, figuring out many of these complexities, right? The AI is appearing, across multiple areas. Especially if you look at diagnostics, if you look at the amount of data that every car is going to generate, there's going to be a lot of data, and you need very good algorithms to be able to crunch this data and make meaningful information out of this data, right? So AI will definitely be a key component there, more diagnostics and so on.
Are you seeing competition from younger startups in the last 5 years?
Not really, because startups are more into the product game, right? And we are a services organization. So we really don't see competition from startups, but we see collaboration from startups. So there is this company called AI, based out of the US. They are working in in sensors for autonomous driving. We have partnered with this company to be able to integrate their sensors into our autonomous driving framework, so that they can demonstrate to their end customers a full end-to-end autonomous driving, how their particular sensor works in an autonomous driving framework.
Many thanks for sharing your insights on how technology is shaping design engineering. That was Manoj Raghavan, CEO and Managing Director of Tata Elxsi, telling us about the confluence of technology and design. It brings us to the end of this episode of the Forbes India One CEO Club in partnership with Google Cloud. Until next time, goodbye.